built on the shoulders of those who believe in us. The strongest shoulders in which I stand on today belong to the women in my life. First and foremost, and always first and foremost, my mama.
Yeah.
My mama, who brought me into this world on September 7, 1989 in Longport, California on a military base and stood behind her 34-year-old son as she heard him say guilty. And when I turned back to her, she smiled at me and said, "It's okay, son. I'm on her shoulders." And second, especially, Megan. I love you beyond all limits, with all my strength, with all my heart. I love you. I'm supposed to be this tough and strong, and you done carried me so many nights. I love you. Through the fire. My sister. My sister, my aunt, they know who they are.
Listen, everything that happened to that man was self-inflicted. You went and dipped your pickle in the milk. And you got what you got. It's not so far removed. Supposedly this woman that loved you that actually tried to throw you under the bus. Then you came on home, got you a nice little chocolate, and you crying on Ayanna Van Zandt. You know, my mama. And what happened to all that when you was on top of the world? You understand? He's an actor. So I have to be very careful with showing empathy to this man. Because everything that he got is what he lined himself up for. You understand? You didn't have to be that way. You had results that you and her got in scuffles before. Let's not jump over that. That wasn't the most sane relationship. There was some toxicity there. But you know, you get that agreeable little bony white girl with no butt that line up the coke can, the white, the Bolivian, the way you like it, had the pepperoni on the side. You understand? When you're doing drugs together, y'all fighting and make love.
So are you saying you'll have sympathy for him if it was a black woman that did it to him? Are you saying you'll have sympathy for him if it was a black woman that did it to him?
Okay, Sweeney, hold on. Let me get there. I'll answer your question.
I'm trying to figure out how does her being white have to do with anything?
Okay, so allow me to get there. You just chopping into a point. Y'all want to hold monologues. Let me build a little bit.
Ain't nobody let you build on that boot. No, I'm just playing. Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so it happened to be okay. How many times? Okay, since you want to answer it real quick, how many times do you see that happen with high-profile black men and black women together in Hollywood?
A whole lot. A whole lot.
Name it. Name it. Name three. And don't say
fact,
Cardi B.
I can name. Well, Cardi B would be one.
No, that's not Hollywood.
What was old boy name that was
Hollywood, brother?
Cardi B.
Reality TV in Hollywood is different.
Cardi B.
Also, what happened with what's the old girl name? The actress, and she beat up her boyfriend on camera. She was abusive in that relationship. What was her name? Went on stage with Usher. What the fuck was her name?
Well, Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer.
Keke Palmer. Yep.
Keke Palmer. What realm was it? Keke Palmer is a major movie star like him.
What does that have to? You said what in Hollywood has this?
Okay, you're right. You can name 10. You just struggle to name 2.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Okay, go past. We're gonna
sit here and pretend. All I asked is a simple question. I said,
you said there was a lot.
I said, would you have accepted? I said, would you? I'm sure there is a lot. Are we gonna sit here and pretend? Are we gonna sit here and pretend like high-profile black celebrities don't get into it with one another?
Highly unlikely. The percentage is a lot lower than. Then the interracial one.
Didn't we watch some shit happen to Jay-Z on the elevator with his girl with his sister? And they damn near still blame Jay-Z for that shit.
Okay, are you moving the goalposts into
No,
music rather than major films?
I'm assuming that we're going to talk about celebrities. So
are
you just saying Hollywood, or you saying celebrities overall?
Let's make sure we stay on topic and get too far off, y'all.
Listen,
are we just saying, because I would assume that all of them are pretty much in the same boat.
Okay, no. So stop assuming. When did Jay-Z make?
So you only want to just talk about Hollywood?
Can't get it out. You're trying to equate the two things and it don't match.
They do match. We're talking about celebrities.
All right, let's make sure we get back on topic, y'all. I don't want to just detour too far.
Jonathan Majors got exposed. Then he came on home. And you know what?
What did he get exposed for?
Okay, let me see if I can finish.
Besides being with a white woman.
Boy, I would never get a line up in your chair.
Yeah, you're right. You ain't got no line in the give up. You ain't got no line in.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here we go. He got his hand slapped. And he was on partly an apology tour. You find the right. That's the same way they all do. They come on home. They get prominent figures within our community. It shows a sympathetic side. It plays to your empathy. Marvels will be like, you know what? We could reconsider this down the road. Let everything subside. We'll get you back into those contracts. If you took that girl out of the equation, all his movies and all that money and revenue that he would, get would still be there. Is it a plant? Is she a provocateur? We're not entertaining these type of questions. Sherm said, "Oh, I see the hardest dudes this and the third." Listen, all I know, and I can only talk my POV. Whenever you dip your pickle in the milk, there's always some drama that come with it. I digress.
All right, let me go ahead and get Nelson in there, just for people that don't know Nelson. Nelson is licensed. He's a licensed counselor, therapist. So I do want to get your input. I know Swing looking forward to men crying, man, men being vulnerable. Is it normal?
Yeah, it's normal, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like I think a lot of times it's the context that matters. So a man that's emotional, you can build intimacy with with your wife by showing that you have that vulnerable side, depending on what the circumstance is. So if you dealing with loss, like you lost a loved one, or you're crying because you finally came to the other side of like dealing with something really tough, and you finally got through it. Like Jonathan Majors had to deal with this whole thing, and now it looks like he's coming out on the other side like he's victorious. So yeah, those emotions can well up, and it's good to show that. It'd be a lot different if it was like you're on a crying is the norm for you. Like whenever something happens and you seem to be less resilient, or you're crying because you always feel defeated, you cry because you feel somebody's always picking on you, things like that. It's like, all right, you got to show a little bit of backbone. But if it's something that's like shows that you clearly are a resilient person, and you fight and you fight, and when you're finally done fighting and you won, you got like, you reflect back and you become emotional. There's nothing wrong with that.
Thanks.
Again, when it's something that warrants that, you can't.
Hey, hold on. Nelson, you're a licensed what again?
Therapist.
Okay. Continue, Law.
Like I said, he also said that if you're doing it all the time, it becomes a crutch, and now you're using that as like trying to get sympathy. I'm over the sympathy at this point. I'm also at the point with them that, like, look, bro, take some accountability for that garbage that you put yourself in. You put your pickle in the milk. You feel me? And I'm gonna use that from now on, Kenny. You know what I'm saying? You put your pickle in the milk, and you surprised when they come out spoiled. I don't want to hear nothing, dog. That's all that.
Right. We'll go to M. White and then Trev. Go ahead, M. White.
Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to demonize nobody for crying if they. All right, so this morning I went to a funeral, right? It was a 20-year-old boy got shot and killed. Mother and father, seemed like great parents. They was there his whole life. You look through the lineage of how it was going. 3.75 GPA, sophomore in college. When the mother was walking to the casket, she break down and started crying. The father was right behind her. I don't think at that moment that's the right time for men to be breaking down, because you gotta like have strength for your family. That's how I view it. He stood tall for his family in that moment. As it was time for him to go speak and get a eulogy, he was standing there with the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he was carrying. I think that's how men are supposed to behave. That doesn't negate the fact that you have emotions. I think that there's a time and a place to express it, but just the way my ideology is formed, me personally, I don't think that that's big enough to be like sobbing and doing repetitively on. It could come off as performative, but I don't know his specific scenario to know if that's truly what's happening or if he really is just working through it. And every time he's just so grateful it hits him in that way. People deal with stuff different. My way of going about it. Like when my father died when I was like in third grade, I cried. I didn't cry until my daughter was about to be born. So probably 30 years into that point. So I think I might have a jaded sense of just life. So I don't view it the same way. So to me, it do come off as weak. Like, man, stop whining, bro. But that's just how I view things. And I can't put that on him. I know that's like internally, that's what I would be thinking. But I don't want to disregard somebody having emotions or how they express their love for whoever they express it for. But I personally wouldn't be doing it. I'm not about to beat him, kick his back in either. But I just wouldn't be doing it. That's all I got.
All right. Go ahead, Trey.
All right. So in life, I truly believe that there's always got to be balance, right? So with anything, when you're showing your strengths, your weaknesses, but at the same time, we have to understand, if we look at what he said, everyone who he had to thank was a woman. The man likely didn't have any male role models that would really mold him into the man that he should have been. So understanding that, it's like, all right, can we get into that perspective? If you didn't have good male leadership in your life, you're not going to be equipped the same as somebody who did. They're not going to tell you, yo, man up. Hey, you know, this is cool. This is not. If you're raised by women, you're going to be emotional like them. It is a human response. Now, for him, he can't regulate that maybe the same as somebody else who's more equipped than him. So for us to demonize him about it, I mean, I get it. And if I was one of the homies, then I'd be like, yo, man, like, you're going to be good. But you just got to, you know, just focus on the future. It's just something that he's dwelling on right now, because we all have some types of hardships or pain. If we sit there and reflect on it, we would probably break down. But as men, we go ahead and distract ourselves. We think about different things. We move on. And not everyone has that ability to be able to do that. And I think he's just stuck there. And we have to try to understand the magnitude of what has happened to him. It's not coming back. He will never be what he had the potential to be in his life. And for him to get to that point, he had to work like a demon. And for you to like lose every single thing. You look at Johnny Depp. You saw what Amber Heard did to the homeboy. He ain't never coming back. Them deals didn't just come back. It was like, oh yeah, you're not guilty, bro. Come back. We got you. It doesn't ever come back. Your name is stained forever. He's going to forever carry that stigma for the rest of his life. He's always going to be looked at like that in a certain way. So it's like, damn, everything you've ever worked for, you were on the top, and you know that it was because of your hard work. You're ready to receive the fruits of your labor, and it's stripped away from you. You can't provide for your family the same. Your legacy is tarnished forever. Your name is mud to certain people for the rest of your life. So anytime somebody brings that moment up, you're going to feel it, because that woman pretty much destroyed your potential forever. That one moment destroyed your life forever, and he's never going to be the same. Hopefully he'll get through it emotionally, but as far as his career that he's worked his entire life for, went to school, went to Yale, like y'all said, listen, it's over. It's over for him. So I could understand why he feels that way. I do think that he's going to need some help, and it's nothing wrong with asking for help when you need it. He needs to get into therapy, and he needs to talk to people who could help him through that. But I think us as fellow men, we should want better for him, right? And we dig it. And tough love, I understand, but that starts from young. You can't just tough love somebody who's a grown-ass man and doesn't know how to receive that. I'm pretty sure he does not know how to receive that. So it's just like, damn, what do you do in a situation like that? I think he needs friends that, and I'm sure a lot of his friends abandoned him at that time because they didn't want to touch him. Like, it's not just the fact that happened to his career. I'm sure there's a lot of people that were in his life that just was like, oh, nah, bro, you too hot. I can't be around you. I can't. Nah, we not stepping out right now. Nah, I'm gonna wait till shit cool off. And then you start finding out that people who used to really be in your life and you thought really mess with you, they don't. That's a hard pill to swallow. Your whole life has been altered. So I would just encourage men to kind of understand that we're not all equipped the same, right? We weren't all afforded the opportunity to be the model men that we are right now. We were privileged to have the people in our lives who got us to where we are right now. So I'll leave it there.
Quick question. Who, like, and I know you didn't actually say this, Trev. Who are we to tell Jonathan Majors to man up? Like, is there, like, to look at what that man did, right? What he's accomplished in his life, we gonna seriously look at this man and be like, nah, bro, you ain't no man.
Yeah, no, that's real shit.
So to answer that, Joe, I want to understand at what point did we start giving all this sympathy to Joe? Real talk, let's strip the names away from it and all that. Bro caught a case and got fired. He caught a domestic and got fired. If anybody else was doing that, caught a case, you caught a domestic and you got fired from your job and lost this, that, and the other, who gonna have sympathy for that? Like, bro, stop all that damn crying, nigga. You put yourself in that situation. Stop, like, but now we gonna have sympathy because he an actor and he want to cry every 2 seconds. Come on, man, stop. I know plenty of cats that ain't caught a felony and goddamn it, they whole trajectory of their life changed. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about all that. I want to, like, don't come to me crying, bro. You gotta pick yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Are we really
gonna pick yourself up? Yeah.
Are we really gonna sit here and say that, hey, if a dude caught a case where we can clearly see that man is virtually innocent, and he still catches a case on a technicality, that we would sit there and be like, man, bro, nigga, man up, bro, and he loses everything. We gonna sit there and look at that dude and be like, man, bro, yeah, I know all that shit happened to you and it wasn't supposed to happen to you, but nigga, fuck all that shit, bro, man up.
We say he lost everything or he lost his job.
He lost everything. It ain't just his job. He lost endorsements. He lost the movie roles that he was in. He lost money. He lost his notoriety. There's more to
what money did he have? What money did he have? Like, here's my thing. He's in a lot better position than 90% of the brothers that I've seen catch a goddamn case. You're a multi-millionaire sitting on bread. You need to figure out something because you put yourself in that situation. You the one doing cocaine with the white girl. You the one out here getting drunk in the street and you knew she was volatile. This wasn't y'all first time, like Kenny said. So I don't want to hear the crime, bro. Take some accountability. What? You caught a case, yes. What do you mean? So you mean to tell me, all right, so now, so I'm gonna keep it real. I don't respect, if you're doing cocaine, I don't respect it, right? So first off, now you're doing cocaine and you get yourself in a situation that gets you a case with this young woman. Now we all gotta coddle you. Come on, man. You put yourself in that situation.
Man, it's not even about the case itself. It's also about it being publicized to the whole world. Like a lot of us have private shit that happened to us, bro, that we wouldn't want the whole fucking world to know. You know what I'm saying? Well, so it's not just simple like, stage, oh, you caught a case, bro. A lot of people catch cases and it's not publicized to the world, and they can still go on and go about their life. You know what I'm saying? This is like everywhere he goes, anything he does, cameras in his face, TMZ's right there. That's not average, bro.
But they were there beforehand too. So that also means that you need to.
Have you ever participated in drug use?
I smoke weed. That's
Same
it.
difference.
No, it's not. It's legal.
Yeah, it is.
Lord Sharm, you from Cali, right?
Yeah.
If one of the homies came back and said they pointed a gun in my face and they started crying, what would you say to him?
I mean, I don't know, bro. That's on him. Like that happened to me plenty of times. I didn't start crying, but you know what I'm saying? Like if he did, I don't know why. He probably thought he was gonna die and couldn't take it. You know what I'm saying?
And every day he went outside and they pointed a gun and he came in the house and started crying. What would you say to him?
Shit, I don't know. That's a traumatic situation, bro.
You know what, man?
I mean, the
I
whole
don't
thing
know.
about it.
I don't know what I would say to him because there's something that's triggering him to cry that I don't know about. So I have to ask questions. But then it's like I can't say that because I never cried, bro. I've been in hella situations where it's like, you know, minivan, guns drawn. What's up, cuz? Where you from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Didn't cry, stood there, didn't run, all of that. But my training is probably different than like another man. And I know that and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? So he probably just started crying because I don't know. He probably thought he was gonna go out. Me, I'm like, shit, if I go out, I'm gonna go out. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say because the way I'm wired is different. That does not necessarily mean it's wrong for somebody else to express their emotions because they're wired a different way.
Right. I'm not saying it's wrong. What I'm saying is the way in general that men, like how what Law was saying, I think is realistic to how most men would perceive that scenario.
Most men are not facing down a barrel of a gun and not breaking down, bro. Most men are not facing down the barrel of a gun and not breaking down.
Has everybody on this panel had a gun pulled on them before?
I know I have.
I have not.
Hey, exactly. Hey, but crying is not gonna do nothing for you, bro.
Man,
I'm trying to tell you what you look. Listen, bro. I'm a big fan of.
They literally talk about how niggas who point guns in niggas' faces literally talk about how them niggas break down and cry right in front of them. But we gonna sit here and pretend like the most men would be able to face down a barrel of a gun.
It's not going to change the outcome.
Sweeney, you talking from?
Ain't nobody still pointing a gun in his goddamn face in the goddamn boat. He's up there accepting one. He's still
literally trying to accuse him of something new yesterday. They literally just tried to accuse him, bro. They just tried to accuse him of something.
I don't give a goddamn, man. Eventually, this got to stop, man. You got to stop crying. You an actor. Now I'm starting to think you crying every time on the drop of a goddamn dime because you looking for sympathy. You trying to get another goddamn serious
That's your perception. That's your perception. How do you know?
All right, so look, check this out. I have a whole new scenario.
It looks like that to you. What evidence do you have that man is looking for sympathy? What evidence?
I hold tight. What
does that have to do with him looking
Hold on, Sweeney, Hink, hold on. I know Nelson was trying to say something. Let's go to Sherman. We got to wrap this up so we can get to the next topic. Go ahead, Nelson.
Yeah, we all have disproportionate responses in some way, shape, or form. For Jonathan Majors, it might be crying is his way of dealing with everything. Somebody else, if the same thing happened to another guy and he got really angry and he goes into the house and starts breaking everything inside the house, and he does that like once a month because he just thinks about it and gets upset each time, we're going to look at him like he's childish. You got somebody else who, when something happens to them, they disappear, they hide, they stay away, they try to hide themselves from the world, they get depressed and they sit inside their room and fold themselves under their covers. But everybody has a different type of response to trauma or something bad that happens in their life. Not one response is better than the other. Just because he decides to cry all the time, to me, that's no different than somebody that goes and punches a wall and throws around everything inside the house. All of us have our own ways of dealing with things. Not one is better than the other.
All right, go ahead. Finish us off, Sherm.
All right, so I watched the interview that Black Sam had with Big Boy on Friday, right? And I've been around Black Sam and Nipsey back in the day. Black Sam, I'm actually surprised that he even had an interview. Like, he barely talks. He doesn't like to converse or anything like that, right? So I'm just like, okay, I want to see what he's talking about. Really a reserved, cool, calm dude. So let's think about his brother getting killed 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And while he's talking about it, he's getting choked up where he's like about to cry on camera, like, oh, excuse me, man, I'm sorry, but just thinking about that situation. You know what I'm saying? He's from the hood. He said that when Nip pulled up, he had a gun on him ready to go. Like, we all know in LA, Black Sam ain't no punk. He ain't nobody to be messed with, all of that. But he was still getting choked up, about to cry over his brother getting killed 5 years ago. So am I supposed to look at him and say, damn, bro, am I supposed to look at him and say, damn, bro, it was 5 years ago. You still getting choked up? You can't talk clear on the camera? Damn, like, what's up? You ain't over it yet?
So Lord P, I know who Black Sam is, right? You see, I got the Crenshaw crew neck. If we say the tag game marathon and that crew neck is a knockoff, I'll be with the Nip shit heavy, right? When he talk about Black Sam, he caught plenty of cases, right?
Yeah.
You think he cried at any of them cases?
Probably so.
No, bro.
Probably so, bro. I was in the studio with Nipsey and Black Sam one time, right? And so, you know, them two brothers, they both embraced each other, looked each other in the eye with like, like, I love you, bro. Like, sincere, all of that. Like, heartwarming, all of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of shocked because I got brothers. I'm like, man, I ain't like that with them. It's like, nigga, get off me. That was like, hey, bro, I love you. Looked each other in the eye, all of that. So that was a different type of bond. You know what I'm saying? So they're telling like how he could express his emotions in different type of situations, bro.
Bro, the death of my
if he could do that.
Hold on, the death of my brother is nothing like me catching a case on myself.
No, you ain't supposed to cry for that. No, you're supposed to chuck that shit up and get over it. No,
because now y'all
get over it.
The first thing that I said, there are certain times where it is okay, where you should be expressing those emotions. But that kind of situation, I could see when you first lost your gig, when you first got fired and all that, you might want to have that. But every time you have to go up and stand as a man, stand on some fucking shut up.
Bro,
Stop
this
with
is
all
only,
that whining.
This is only a year old. What are you talking about?
Listen, bro, look.
This is literally only a year old.
And ain't nobody died, and you still walking free.
Oh, the only way for a man to cry is if somebody die. That's the only way for a man to cry is if somebody die. That's what we saying up here.
No, I just said when it first happened, you got that nigga had that realization and do your thing. But the point was sitting up there crying in front of your woman all the goddamn time.
So somebody came up there, like the thing is, this is the problem with us as men, because we can sit here and watch a man get everything taken away from him right before our eyes, get falsely accused. And matter of fact, was just falsely accused 2 days ago of something else. And we're gonna sit here and be like, yeah, nigga, chuck that shit up. Man, y'all are wild up here.
Stop crying about it. Stop crying about it.
Sweeney, do you think that,
you're right. God forbid something happens
do you think that's to a larger conversation?
You crying right now, Sweeney. Stop all that goddamn crying, man.
As many times you cry on the panels, man, these women don't care about y'all, man.
Sweeney.
Every time. You put the same damn video over and over again on your Instagram. That's crying.
Sweeney, do you think to a larger conversation, him wearing a dress, him taking them pictures that seem kind of suspect, him crying all over the place is part of the feminization of Black man?
Facts. Feminization of him? That shit ain't got nothing to do with us.
Hey, what does that have to do with Black men?
He's a public icon of a Black man.
So now he's a representation of you?
You don't think so? No. Black men are representations of you when they on the spot. Well, we defer. Because I could swear when somebody do something crazy online, my first question is, was it a Black man? And as soon as they say something, they be like, yeah, Black man did X, Y, Z.
Fuck. We can say that we're not monolithic.
I fully agree with you. So if that is deemed an acceptable thing, no, he didn't ask you nothing.
Yes, he did ask me a question.
You want to go on another monologue, so I'm gonna answer him. So here we go.
He didn't ask you shit.
It is the feminization of a Black man when he's up there, someone physical that you've seen in the Creed movie, and then he can easily just be taken by his PR person, his manager, saying this is good for your career. You know, this is the social norm. Lay up there like a whole stud and let them take 1 million pictures of you in your boy crop shorts and whatnot, and let the gay boys just fawn over you.
So black
Kenny,
people,
y'all know what else he did too? Y'all got to remember, he has also been softened. He was this big, strong black dude, aggressive movie roles and all that. Now he can't even, goddamn it, in public say nothing to a dude hugging all up on his woman right in front of him. You feel me?
His very
he can't
first
say
major
nothing.
movie role, he cried. His very first major movie role, he cried.
You know what I'm talking about.
And the harder they fall, he cried.
But did he have on some hoochie daddy shorts with some nail polish and makeup? Did he have that on? Huh?
I mean, he never presented himself to be a tough guy from the jump anyway. I remember watching The Five Bloods. Like, he was never a tough guy. He was made to be that probably because of Creed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he is an actor. He can act tough. But that doesn't mean that, I mean, look tough too, but that doesn't mean he really is in his day.